But what I would say, just on the back of that, would you say that you have like uni's a thing that you should do or must do in order to further in life? Because
I think,
add some options.
I think things have changed definitely, but I always believe that you need education as a foundation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but would you definitely as a foundation, but like uni? Because you know what, I always judge off like with my girl, the kids' mum and that. Yeah, she went to uni when she was first pregnant. She was guy in uni before she got pregnant. So she went there for like 2 weeks. Then she was pregnant. Oh no, she was already pregnant, but she was starting uni. That was it. She started uni. She went there for like 2 weeks. Then she dropped out, and then we went through the process of having the child for a little while. She dropped out, but then she went into working after we had our son. You get what I'm saying? And when she went into working, she basically studied the same thing she was studying at uni through work. But now she was getting work and experience at the same time with the same qualification. So there were a lot of the people now over the years that she's been there, the people that was coming out of uni were struggling to get into her field because they wasn't even looking for people from university.
It's like a double-edged sword.
It's mad.
but you know what it is, yeah? When you go to uni, uni's not just about education, innit? It's about seeing different types of people and learning about different backgrounds as well.
Okay, yeah.
Do you understand? Because if you're not exposed to that, what you know of the ends or your environment is always going to be there.
It's all, yeah.
And you're still going to be a little bit closed-minded. I think when you go to uni, partially it's for education, but partially it's to meet new people that you would never mix with.
That's true.
Like there's certain people that I met in uni that I would not, like, no way. But you're forced to open your mind because of the environment that you're in.
And when you do see the different backgrounds, it does open your mind. It's like, raw, you do this. And that's how you even create connects. Because then you're like, raw, what you do? And some of these people, I've met some people that, like when I used to work at Sky, there's one brother, white brother, so Robbie, and we call him Bobby, but his dad was basically owned like a wine cellar and all of that. So my man was already rich, but he was like, listen, every month, he's like, his dad, whatever he saves, his dad will match it. So like my man was just at work pumping like £500 he put away, his dad's got to put £500 every month for the whole time. But he was telling me about all of this stuff that he's gonna go. He said he's saving up so he can create his own wine and go over to France and do this and do that. And I was like, right, like, and he was when I say he's humble and just a nice guy, just telling me all these things. I was thinking, I still keep in contact with him today. And even my manager that I used to work with at Sky, he taught man how to play poker. Me and him used to play poker, and man used to win me bare money. We'd be on MSN. He'll be sitting there. He'll be like, yeah, play this. We'll be on the same table. Play this, play that. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll clean up the whole table, easy, together. And then he moved to Australia. He moved to New Zealand. He actually listens sometimes still to us still. So shout him out still, like. But it's just connecting with those people and just they show you a different life, bro. And my manager was 24 and he had his own yard already. Like his parents left him a house. He was nice. He didn't even need to work. He's like, I don't even need to work. He would just come play with his football, whatever at work, watch football, bet on football. And chill.
And that's what, you know what, on that note as well, that's what we should be speaking about more as well, generational wealth. Because it just feels like sometimes a lot of us were underprivileged. Not because we don't have the opportunity. Not because we don't want to do it, but because we don't have the opportunity in it. And sometimes, like, if you have money and you think of an idea, you can bring it to life.
Easily, quick.
You understand what I'm saying? You can easily bring it to life. Whereas if you have an idea, you don't have money, it's a quick way to get demotivated. Because you just don't know how to do it.
Because you can actually still do it, but people feel like they can't do it because they haven't got money. But then you can talk. Once you go out and start networking, there might be people that just say, "Yo, listen, you got an idea," and they got the money. They might not be good at ideas. People with money, so they might just want to invest in an idea, and then you've got to link up there.
Sometimes it's difficult because sometimes it could take time to actually find a way of getting the money. By the time you eventually get the money, someone might have already stolen your idea. And that happens a lot to people. A lot.
But you know what? It's not even about the idea as such, innit? It's just knowing that you can achieve more and you have the opportunity. That's the main thing, I reckon, anyway. Just knowing that you can achieve more. And
when your brain opens up, you start realizing that like your world is really your oyster. And then it's like, I could do anything.
This is it.
And the limitations are only in your head.
I feel like parents, especially parents this day and age, parents need to, not that they're not sacrificing already, they are. Like parents are doing some crazy sacrifices for their kids. But I feel like for the next few tens of years, like we really need to kind of put our kind of needs and wants on the back burner and really try and support the kids.
I think that's what they need to do. Parents need to stop. You know what parents need to stop doing as well?
They're too young as well, man. They haven't opened up their mind yet, let alone teaching people.
Exactly, but you know, like parents need to stop waiting until their youths get 18 to make them pay their rent and shit. That's what they need to stop doing. Yeah, because youths grow up, then you need to go get a job. They get a first job, their first paycheck. Yo, how much am I getting out of that pay? You get what I'm saying? Like, stop charging them rent. Or if you're going to charge the rent, you need to stack. Like, I saw a story on Twitter where they were stacking away the money, and then later on years gave my man the money back.
That's it.
That's that there. If you're going to act like you're charging rent, but I'm putting it away, so it is like a responsibility. But don't just take the money for the rent. The man's broke. He can't. You get what I'm saying? He's already struggling before he's even left the yard. Fam.
And parents need to stop using their children's credit as well, man.
What is that? What they do?
What?
Come on.
Yeah.
You think my first ever loan was for me?
Huh?
Say that again?
You think my first ever loan from the bank was for me? That's when I learned about credit. Man, that's why it messed me up back then, boy.
So done.
Yeah, man. But
I feel bad. My mom asked me to take out some money for a loan, but I don't do loan things. I'm not a loan man. I don't even do overdraft. My overdraft is £10 on my account.
So is mine.
Yeah, come on. I'm not on this. I don't want no money given. Don't give me nothing, you know.
No, but you know what it is though. Like to some extent, yeah, I was a bit sheltered in it, so I wasn't showing these sort of things in it. I didn't really know about like finance and all them sort of things. So when the moment I turned 21, I got sent to the bank. Got asked them for this. They're telling me about the APR and whatnot. I'm just there, blank face. Don't get any of it. Got the money, whatever. Gave it to Mumsy. Cool. Not realizing how difficult it was gonna set me up for a little while later. It's only until I actually started working in the bank, because I started working in Santander, I realised back then, I was like, raw. Yeah. But obviously, at the time, the peas was needed in it, so did what you got to do in it. And at the same time, your parents, particularly with African parents, I don't know how it is with Caribbeans, but your parents can instill that a bit of fear into you sometimes, innit? So it's like, if my mum says I got to do something, I just did it, innit?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. But I can't lie. The reason why I don't take out loans is because I don't know about all the APR and all that shit. I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't want none of this money.
But that's the thing though. Like you get there and the personal banker that's sitting in front of you explains it in a way that you think you understand it. Do you get me? And then they're just telling you, yeah, just sign there, whatever. And be like, oh yeah, everything's okay as long as you pay this by this time, blah blah blah. Go home, explain that to Mumsy. Cool.
That's what the woman tried to do that to me the other day at Barclays. To be fair, she's like, heard like she's looking at obviously look at your file and that, innit? So obviously I got a credit card. My credit card's maxed out, $2,000, whatever. But I was like, I didn't care. Like I know I got the money to pay it, so it's just there, innit? Like, so I just pay it and sometimes, and then I'll go to a restaurant and buy some more food, and then I pay that little piece back. So she's like, yeah. So she's talking to me in this gibberish stuff or whatever. Like, you get what I'm saying? But she wants to give man a loan for my credit card. Nah. So I'm saying to her, yeah, but I'm cool. I said, I know my credit card's max, but if I need to pay it off, I'll pay it off. She's like, yeah, but this will work out better and this and this. So she's telling me everything working out better. So I'm like, cool. So she's done it. So I said, what is it? So I was like, yeah, but hold on. If I put this loan onto my credit card, then yeah, it clears my credit card. So once it clears my credit card, that means I'm going to be paying back the loan at £100 a month.
And you're still going to use your credit card?
Not even that. But I dropped it to her like, but if I pay you back £100, then I no longer can use that £100 that I've given you. Whereas if I put £100 on my credit card, I can use that £100 on my credit card. So I'm like, do you see what I'm saying? So she's telling me, yeah, but this is cheaper and rare. So I said, all right, do it. So I made her do it because she told me I got 14 days to cancel or some shit like that. So then obviously I waited like 10 days and then I cancelled it. I sent it back because I was smart. I was like, you know what? Let them clear my whole credit card for liquor. I'll see that on the file. Give them back the money and max out the credit card again. And that way, you know, that month date was clear.
What?
You got to be smart with the bank, you know.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you,
guy, bro.
So obviously now on my record, it seemed like I cleared off my whole balance, innit?
I think the only thing that I could gather from that kind of makes sense is maybe the fact that because your credit card was maxed out, the amount of interest you might have been paying on it might have been
I think
high.
that's what she was saying. I'm paying a lot more
interest.
Probably
thought by taking out the loan, you're going to pay a reduced amount of interest every month, and it's easy.
She's not realising I don't care about that. I'm using as I go.
That's another thing, finance. I don't feel like they teach these things at school.
They don't.
No, they don't.
I wish they did.
And you mentioned the
last episode
when Rome said he was talking
about his business,
making money, and he got expelled for it.
It's crazy for being a businessman. Like that's mad. The fact that something that we're gonna need in, like, they should have pulled him to the side and said, listen, like your attributes are they need to have when they see students like this, they need to have a separate class that no one even knows about. When they see these talented kids, just put them in that class over there instead of like putting like you got special needs classes. So what about that? Yeah, big man team got special needs classes when you feel like there's something wrong with them. So put them in advanced teams.
Is it just school or is it from the home as well? Because I honestly feel like it should be a combination of both, because it goes back to me saying I said I was a bit sheltered in it. It was a lot of you understand when you're older. You understand when you're older. Yeah. Test my capacity to understand now in it and try and explain it to me and see if I get it.
Parents should have told their kids their mistakes.
I mean, if you're telling me to save, tell me why I'm saving in it. Tell me that I'm going to
I don't feel they're being honest with their mistakes.
No, but there's some things that you're only going to understand when you get older.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't believe that though, because these kids aren't as dumb as you think they are sometimes, you know.
No, you know what it is?
Or adolescents rather.
You know what it is?
But even as adults, sometimes you're understanding certain things need to happen to you for you to get it.
To understand, yeah.
I get that.
Like, you know, and this is what I was saying to you, I think. When I had kids, that's when I understood certain things my mum was doing. Like, this is what I try to tell. When people don't have kids, like no matter how much you tell them, they will never understand until you have a kid. Like right now, we can tell you everything about my side of parenting or Stephen's side of parenting or whatever. Anyone how they parent their youth, and we can tell you this is gonna happen and blah blah blah. It's just gonna go through and then when you only get it when you have the youth, then you gotta be a phone man like rah.
I agree with you though, but the thing is, I feel like even now I'm old enough to understand that I don't know that. So therefore, I'm more than willing to actually listen to what you're saying. I'm definitely gonna take on board what you're saying, and I feel like I have a bit of an understanding of it because I have these conversations with other parents that are out there. And I want to absorb this knowledge because I know eventually one day that's going to happen to me.
Exactly.
Maybe when you're younger, you're thinking,
but these are one of those things that you could absorb all this information, but it still won't hit you until you had.
Obviously, the feeling of it, the experience of it is different when you go through it yourself.
It's like having a daughter. They say that men. You see, when a man has a daughter. I've never understood when they say it'll change you. I was thinking, okay, yeah, of course it's gonna change, man. Obviously, I want to protect my daughter, innit? Like, boom, boom, boom. No, but the change ain't like I want to protect my daughter. It's a change where like you're looking at every single thing that's going on, like, and now even you're looking at yourself and how you've treated girls back in the past and certain karmas you think is gonna come back. You're like, raw, like, your whole life. It's like your whole life just spins around, fam. Like. Now you become this protector instead of this player.
It's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what? Funny enough, right? I always thought that I was never going to overreact in it, especially at this age where they're quite young anyway.
Yeah.
And then until the other day, my missus came home in it, and then she was like, "Oh, you know, she's got my daughter's got a date for the prom."
What?
Rob, my whole mood changed the whole day.
My whole mood changed.
And she's only 11. But my whole mood just changed.
11, she's like, so that my son, my son's,
You know the funny thing is, she was pulling my legs in it because she knows that, because I kept saying to her, no, she's young and it's not going to affect me.
11, that's not bad.
My whole mood just changed.
Bro, my daughter's 5,
them kids are like sponges at that age, bro.
Bro, at 5, fam, the other day went to the church. Obviously, my son's having a leaving church, innit? But I noticed my daughter was in at the front because obviously the receptions. Obviously, when they're coming out, they're holding like hands together, innit? Well, obviously, there's one youth. The boy, I'm looking at the youth like, bro.
I know what's wrong with this guy? Is like,
no, big man thing, though. I know they're holding hands across, but why's my mind got to be like? Where's the girls, innit? Like, put the girls together, innit? I'm putting that youth next to my daughter, fam. I don't know that youth there.
I don't know that youth there, you know.
Fam. You know, like that. But no, I get it, like it's mad. It's a mad change when you have a daughter still. But it's a good change still. It humbles a lot of brothers still, I feel like.
I don't know about that one.
No, it does. It humbles a lot of men still.
I don't know about that
certain
still.
men are out here still moving.
I know man with all 3 girl pitney and still moving mad on the roads, like.
You know what? They probably gotten used to it.
Yeah, they're man. That's different.
Used to it.
It's mad.
Certain people are just meant for this. That's what they'll do.
But yeah, nah. Definitely, like they need to. Well, I feel like with the finances situation, I feel like maybe a little bit what I was learning when mum would send me shop with a certain amount of money and then tell me, I would make sure I have to come home with the right change.
Yeah.
If I don't go out with the right change, I got to go back to the shop. You get what I'm saying? Until I got the right. She won't tell me. She's like, yo, this is how much, boom, and then pick up this and this and this, and then she'll check the change when it's right. Like, so then she started teaching me, like, you got to check the change every time they give it. Look at how much they've given you. Boom, boom, boom. So I feel like that's basics, but yeah, maybe we need to go in more depth on certain things because like Like where one guy that I know, he got his mum and dad gave him like rich dad, poor dad. From like he was 13, 14. Early. And now his brain, his financial brain is up there now. You get what I'm saying? I said, rah, like, man, his parents schooled him from early. So you can teach these kids from early because they're taking it in.
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say is, like, they could try something, I don't know, it's just me taking a random guess, I'm not a parent in it, so I don't know, but something like, for example, if you get pocket money, giving your kid pocket money, say, like, weekly, and then telling them they have to make it last until next week. The reason why I say that is because it might make something tick in their brain to make them think about budgeting to make that money last, because if they spend it all in the first day, that's them. And it's like when you're getting a wage, isn't it? If you spend your entire salary in the first week, you're out raving and you're done.
Yeah, it should be.
If you try to install something like that into your kids, could that help them?
No, that would definitely work. £20 a week, and then they have to budget that.
Make it last. If it runs out, that's on you. Now what?
Yeah.
Do you get me? They'll think about trying to hold peas back a little bit, because they ain't getting nothing until next week.
I had to go get a job. What, year 7? Yeah.
At what age are you talking about though?
I guess it's
from year 7, fam.
Because every child is different, innit? And whenever the parents feel it's suitable to give that child pocket money, innit?
I feel like as soon as you go secondary school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, yeah. I guess as long as they're old enough to understand that whole having pocket money weekly and telling them they got to make it last, that sort of thing. If they can understand that, then I guess it's that at that age, innit? But every kid's different, innit? So could be older or younger for some.
Some of these youths are smart. Like my son went cinema, what day is it? Friday. So last day of school, he's gone there. But he asked me he said he wants £20 for the cinema ticket and a popcorn. I'm like, right, you're a child though, fam, big man. The cinema ticket probably going to be
jumbo
like...
popcorn you trying to buy?
Yeah, like, I said, he said it's £10 for the ticket and £10 for popcorn. I said, big man, what popcorn are you buying, fam? So I said, how much does popcorn normally cost? I said, about £3.50, £4 in the cinema now. And you're getting it for years, because he said he's going to get, they're all getting larger for themselves. So I said, why are you splitting so much money if you're not getting larger, like if you're sharing larges, right? It don't even make sense. Whereas like, okay, £10 for the ticket, maybe, like obviously cinema tickets are expensive now. But I was like, nah, no chance. But anyway, I wasn't there. So I said to Mrs. Yo, give him whatever the money, I'll give you £10. You give him £10, I'll give him £10, whatever. But she ended up giving £25 because they were going Nando's. So they're going Nando's and cinema. So all right, cool. But catch the generals now. He's gone
cinemas for £25.
What? But he's going cinema, he's going Nando's, and he's getting popcorn, whatever. So ticket for cinema, food at Nando's, popcorn, drink, whatever. Obviously, it's still extreme because I feel like he could have went down a £20. You get me? Could have gotten Nandinos. You get me?
I don't think that's even
Nandinos. You get me? But you know what he's done? Because he's not dumb. Obviously, I don't know what he's got in Nando's, but he's gone cinema. But before he's gone cinema, he's gone Sainsbury's to get the £1 popcorn. You get me? And then gone to the cinema.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Come
See,
on.
that's my point.
Obviously, he's seen that we do that. Yeah, they don't know that.
Don't underestimate them.
He knows
some of them are smarter than you think.
You're trying to tell me that you're going to buy popcorn for £10, man, but you're going to go Sainsbury's get it for £1, so you're keeping £9 change. I'm an idiot. My calculation is different, fam. I was going to give him £14. I was like, you're lucky your mum gave you £25. If you're getting £14. Yeah, trust me. Well, I know when he goes secondary school, I know we're gonna have to give him. I'll probably like give him a weekly £20 a week or a £5 budget a day, and this is your budget. Because I didn't even get money to go into school, fam. But that's why I had to go work, man. I had to get paper around, fam.
I got £2 a day.
Bare peas,
bro.
I was spoiled still.
My school dinners were free, and then
like all £30-40 a week, and
what?
Never.
Certain times, yeah.
£30-40 a week.
My mum was earning her.
Wait, were you that kid that always had the nice trainers on?
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, you had everything, innit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send my son to school with all the nice trainers.
It was getting less though. It started, so it was getting.
Yeah, because your foot was getting bigger, innit? As you're getting older and that, innit? Man started getting big. Man started hitting gym
when I got the high tech foot with you, I knew it was over still.
Yeah, you were spoiled, boy.
Yeah, that's spoiled, fam. I didn't get nothing. I had to get the paper round.
Yeah, the least I got was like £10 a week.
As well, still.
But I had to do paper, bro. You know, at certain times on Friday, I would have to run home before school, like got everyone, the school children going past, because they would leave the papers on the front door. And running, boom, dash them all in quickly, wait for everyone to leave on the buses and that, and then go Moser Avenue and start handing out the papers, man. That's how I got my Scott jacket, my wallabies and all that shit, fam. I had to stay in trend in school. But if you didn't stay in trend in school, it was long. There was one brother that had like the Scott jacket without the Scott on the back.
What kind
Yo.
of idiot business is that, fam?
Listen, they ripped him for
And
the
you know what it
whole.
is? I was that you as well, you know. The back of the bus rinsing anyone's arms that wasn't matching up, you know.
That's why man had to. I didn't even care. I think I had the black one, the blue one, and the grey one.
I
I had to get the
had
grey
the
one.
black. No, I took my sister's black one.
My blue one was
And I think I
faded though, but you know what? At least I had the Scott. Like I was more
Yeah,
important than the man that didn't have no Scott.
You have to have the
Like,
NYC on the.
You had the NYC, fam. Like, listen, it was faded,
Yeah.
but listen, I didn't care. I was in trend, innit? And certain man
Did
that
you
didn't
get the
have-
Avrex? That's when
I
you
couldn't-
was
I couldn't.
really
Yeah.
about this
That's when
life,
you had
you know.
peas.
I couldn't afford the Avrex, fam.
Avrex and a Punto.
Don't do that. I had the only thing that I could reach to was Iceberg, fam. When I got
Yeah.
I had Iceberg.
Yeah. You
I
was
had
a boss
Iceberg
if you had that still.
Yeah, I was in with the Iceberg, a couple things, but
I wasn't there.
My
still.
iceberg cost me peas. I rinsed that, bro. I
Avrex.
made sure I rinsed that because that took me ages to get, fam. I got my money's worth out of that.
Bro,
Faded
I'm telling
everything.
But the Avrex was
elastic.
Darren and them. Darren and them man had the Avrexes, fam. Them man with the
leather
Avrex.
jacket.
Yeah, they had the leather. You get me? What was it like $6 or
Yeah,
something?
man would
for a
get
jacket?
robbed in my school for that.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. One time we went to a party in Brixton. And
Let's
yeah,
know.
basically
We already
someone's
know.
Avrex got taken.
Man, are robbing clothes.
And
like
then
that.
as when we were going home, that same guy that Avrex got taken.
Lock the door, no one's leaving.
Is with his friends, in it. So they're driving. We're walking. They're driving. Pulled up. We're thinking, oh shit. They started dashing kebabs at us.
Swear to God.
Yeah. We
What
just
you-
started laughing, man. It was so
Well, wait, they just dash kebabs at you for what?
we thought they were gonna come serious, but yeah, just started dashing for taking his Avrex. They didn't even come out of the car.
Well, you not took his Avrex? But because the way you started the story, I don't
Yeah,
lie.
but I don't
Like,
understand
bro,
because your
like,
stories are mad, fam.
Yeah, like
Doing
them days,
homework,
bro.
getting kebab dashed at you.
Basically,
Victim, you know.
yeah, somebody borrowed his Avrex, innit?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. And then when we were going, they were driving alongside. After a while, innit, they turned up, and we thought they were gonna do something, innit?
But they were like
And they
that.
ended up dashing kebabs at us.
What?
So anyway, yeah.
I said walk straight through with your Avrex on.
But yeah, it was more fire days, innit? Everyone had an Avrex.
Everyone, yeah. I couldn't afford the
I
Avrex.
couldn't
so.
afford that.
You get me?
Avrex and a Punto, that was you, boy.
Right, the
I
Punto,
think I had
the
one with the
Punto was
panther on
the
the back.
box Punto, you know.
Nah, you know what it is? The best car at the time was
Fiesta,
Ford.
fam.
Fiesta
Fiesta.
XR2.
Fiesta was a serious. I had it, brother. Remember the first one, my illegal white one.
That's my illegal
I was
white
15,
one, you
fam.
know.
Yeah, but you know what? That was the first car. But I didn't. One of my brethren robbed it, and then like, it was just the ends car, innit? So then I had it for a little while, man, driving around in the ends, back roads and all of that. Ran out of petrol one time, man. I put in water in the car. Like, man, I just done bare
my
dumb
days.
stuff, fam. And I think but you know what as well?
Iron.
You know what was so dumb as well, fam?
I say thought it was an iron.
Man's driving around in this white car. They've done bare moves in this white car. It's a bait white car as well, fam. Just driving around. And even though these man said they got
Did you have
chased out.
keys? Or did you black
Yeah, we had the
box it?
keys. We had the keys still. But even though them man said that they got chased in the car the other day, that man would still jump in the car and drive around in the ends like, yeah, boom. Like an idiot. But I never got caught in it though. It was cool still. It was all right. When I got my McGann, that's when feds were on me still. I was getting stopped every day. That's why I don't like women police officers either. So yeah, I don't like them.
Big turn, boy.
Yeah, you know why? Because a man used to get stopped all the time. I never had a license in it, but I had insurance. So you know
But
back
you ain't got a
then.
license, Ruben.
Yeah, but you know back then, feds were all right. Like as long as you had insurance on the car, they don't bother you if you had a license. You get what I'm saying? So man could drive around in the ends, whatever. Boom.
Did you have one
But
of
you
those
look young, though.
tear-off insurances? When someone had a booklet.
No, I had
details.
I had legit insurance. Like my auntie was named driver and I was second driver, so I was legit.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, man went on the foot. I had an insurance man as well. That's why. Like, you get me? You get man, 5 years, no claims and all of that. You get, man had everything patterned back in the day. But then I used to get stopped a lot or whatever. The police were cool. I remember the first time I got stopped, feds, I didn't have no license, no insurance, no nothing. And I'm Wood Green, I'm going up. And they're coming down. They spun the van in it, you know, like where Tops is.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got a little barrier where the traffic lights is. They've done that. I took the next left, boom, switched off the car, blacked out.
Yeah.
And man, they reached right behind me straight away. But by the time they could turn, I was already gone. I saw them in the rear mirror just doing their 3-point turns. I'm already gone. So for them to come behind me so quick, it was crazy, fam. Yeah. But then they banned the car off the road, innit? Yeah, because basically what happened is I knew as well. Like 3 of my tires were messed up, innit? Like, they were flat. or whatever, and they were bored or whatever. But the feds didn't know. I know that feds don't know, innit? So they said, you know what? They were looking at it and it was like, it looks a bit weird. We're gonna have to phone transport police, like traffic police. I said, I was with my brother. I said, brother, if they call traffic police, we are finished tonight, you know. Anyway, they called traffic police. The policeman went wait there. Well, as soon as man walked out, he said, yeah, them two are bored at the back. He went to the front. He said, yeah, this one, you have to pump up every single time you drive before you drive it in the morning. I looked at him. I said, how the hell did you know that? He's like, yeah, I can tell. Like, he just went behind the thing. He said, yeah, at that wheel there, you pump up every time. And he was right, man. Pumped up that tire every time before I drove the car. I said, no, they banned the car. Then they said, oh, yeah, see you in court and all of that. But they never put nothing free. I never saw them in court still.
That's a good thing about back in the days, isn't it?
Yeah, it was cool.
Stopped, they tell you, park the car, go find someone with insurance, innit? You just wait half an hour, come back for your car.
Back for your car. Like, they were lenient. I don't think you could get away with that nowadays.
Your car getting taken.
Because what? My car, my last car that I had got taken, fam. I'm driving. I'm in my uniform as well, you know. Boom. They've called my car's tinted. They've called the check, called man in. They said, yeah, there's no insurance on this car. Man, what do you mean? I said, big man. I said, look, I'm a bus driver. How could there be no insurance on the car? These times, my man, the link that I had, put the wrong address. So whatever's happened, he kept sending it to other addresses.
Okay.
So there's me thinking I'm driving around legit. I'm not legit, fam. Yeah, they took my car on the spot, fam. They said, yeah, come Perivale, come collect your stuff. I had football boots in there. I had white Air Forces. You know, my car just had bare things, CDs, all of that. I went up there. They told me, yeah, it's £75 if you just want to check the car. I said, check the car. I said, bro, I got new stuff. I just bought crap the other day, fam. I'm not paying another £70 to collect my stuff, fam. I said, I just want my stuff. Keep the car. They was like, nah, we don't want to keep the car. Like, that's it. Pay the money. Because basically, I was paying the money to take the car out as well. But I didn't have that kind of money. So
man tried to sell your Air Forces back to you.
Man tried to sell my things back to me, you know. Yeah, they got to keep that car, though, still.
The good old days, boy. One time I was caught flying. It's after work. I wanted to get home quick. It was so bad, I was actually following the police. Yeah, it was so bad. And then they pulled over. And then I come out the car and they're like, do you have any idea how fast you're going? I was like, yeah, 75. And he had no other questions, didn't he? It was like, because he was going to say like...
He thought he was going to lie.
Yeah. But then the other guy was trying to check the plates. And he just said to him, I said to him, look, I'm just coming from work. I'm just tired. Just trying to get home. I was just honest with him. And he was like, just slow down, innit?
Yeah, you know what?
And he was like,
that happened to me the other day, Essex Road. I was flying.
No, you can't do that, fam.
I was flying on Essex Road and then undercovers stopped at the side of me and said, boom. They said, you got a bit fast there, mate. I said, sorry. He's like, listen, just keep it down. It's all right. I said, all right, big man, say sorry.
That's the thing with the police, innit? If you're cool with them, they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool still.
But sometimes, you just get that one dickhead sometimes.
That's what I'm saying, the woman, fam.
Over.
Oh, wow.
Bro, it's not always the woman, you know?
Yeah,
it's
fam.
not always the woman, fam.
No, it is, fam, man. It's the woman, fam. Because you know what, bro? That's how I got my first set of points, fam. Like, my car was banned off the road, so I'm driving around with it banned, whatever, cool.
Wait, that's how you got your points.
This guy.
That's a madman, fam. Leave him, man.
No, it had a PG9, but I sorted. But when you got a PG9, you got to sort out the tyre. So they said you got to sort out the tyre, get a new MOT. But I sorted out the tyre, I just didn't get a new MOT. So the car was legit now. So then,
no,
you ain't got MOT.
It ain't past MOT.
You know, man could get that done, innit? I had people in the MOT station as well. You get me? So it's cool. So obviously, when I'm driving down, but these times I was working at Next, but I was on the other side. I was on Lucy Lane, the main road, trying to get the car to Bracknell. So they're like, and I don't have no license. So they jumped out and said, yeah, boom, you got a license, rare. So I said, nah, but I'm just taking the car around the corner. So they checked the plates. The man checked the plates, like, okay, you just live here, the next road. I said, literally, like, I'm taking the car there, I'm going to work. I just dropped off my brethren. So then the woman's like, but you haven't got a license. I know. I said, yeah, my man that had the license was in the car, but I just dropped into work. I'm putting the car right here. So the man was like, no, let's just let him go. She's like, no, he hasn't got L plates. You're meant to have L plates. So I'm like, come on, man. Like, look at the car and look at me. Like, you think I'm going to be driving around with the L plates on the car? Like, it doesn't even make sense. So she's on me. Then she was like, listen, boom, we got to give him points, rare. I was like, I looked at her like, you're such an idiot. My man was letting me go anyway. He was just cool. And she had to be fast and you get me.
Have you ever followed the ambulance when it's going somewhere?
Always. Ambulance is the one.
Man, do a mad. I'm right there, you know. Like, you're safe. You like, I'm doing a madness, and I'm like, yeah, but why don't people do that?
put my hazards on and blend in, bro.
People
It's
do
illegal,
it.
isn't it? It's illegal.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's
apparently.
illegal, fam. Of course.
still
Well,
do
you
it.
can't
Ambulance,
start
I'll do it.
busting red lights with them as well.
Yeah, you
What's
can't
wrong with this guy?
do that. Can't do that.
Fair, man,
On a dual carriageway, I'll do that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, innit? I do a
Sometimes
madness
people see
still.
you come and try to block you off. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
What- what's he
definitely.
There's
doing?
haters, you know. Haters on the road. And I see you in that mirror, seeing you're a bit quick. Like, nah, this one ain't coming through.
Trying
Yeah.
to block you off.
You know what? I just wanted to pip in, give a quick, like, thing to Ram still. Just like a get well soon. But you know what? Mental health thing ain't a joke. We've got like last 15 years. Mental health thing ain't a joke still. So, man, just want to hope that he's all right in that car. I see, you know what? I saw his post where he just posted suicide with like a man hanging off a tree. And I was thinking, like, raw. I saw that in real time. You know, when you see that, like, right, kind of threw man off, innit? And then after, obviously, he's deleted it.
Was him.
It was
It
him.
was him. I saw it when he posted it as well.
Yeah.
On the tree.
No, I
No.
saw it on Twitter.
That's what
I saw it on Twitter. As soon as he
On
posted
Twitter,
it, I
fam.
saw it.
Okay.
So I follow him in it. It came up on my feed. I was just like,
Why the man them laugh?
Because you put he was hanging on the tree.
That's what I was thinking. How you hanging on the tree, but you're still posting?
Nah,
it was a picture of like a man being hung from a tree.
Fuck off. Just fuck off, bro. This guy, the man said he put his hanging tweeting from the tree. Now you're a dick. I got, bro, it's a serious topic, you know, man.
Fam, I'm just getting clarity of what man say. Oh, you can't ever get clarity.
It was
these
a
days,
picture
Yeah.
of a man hanging from a tree.
Okay.
And he posted
Tweeted.
a picture of that on Twitter with the
Okay.
caption saying suicide.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from then I was thinking, nah, bro, you're not gonna do that. Like that's what I thought. Like, nah, this is mad. But then obviously later on, when I see everyone's thing tweeting and that, and it's like, rah, you know, it's peak. You know, you don't know this thing could really get to your head
100.
and really mess you up. Do you get what I'm saying?
We have to start talking, man.
That's the thing.
We have to start talking because even like friends, yeah, when they talk, it's either about girls or money, innit? Sometimes just asking, like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
How's it going?
But do you reckon with him it's the stress of his career though?
That's what I think it's to do.
Because
Yeah,
he
it is.
ain't he doing like his
he-
dream job?
You know what? He's doing well, but because everyone's, you know what? You know what? This is prime example. I don't know if it's exactly this. I feel like he's taking more on of the negatives that's being thrown at him than the positives. We're not realizing there's so much more positives out there, and people are supporting him. Then other people are saying, "Oh, you're trying to be this person, or you're trying to do this. You're not even that good." Like, bro, or he didn't perform well. I think after that performance,
I was about to say that performance did affect him a lot. But one thing is, that tune Barking, it took off. It went mad
quickly.
So I think he wasn't set up in a way where he was going to be prepared for this life afterwards. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because there's some people who've been in this thing for time, they've been going through it. So like when they go through that transition, they can adapt to it, all the pressure that come with it. That situation there, that song's blown, his first banger, and his life's changed now because all the pressure's on him, everyone's looking at him, he's got a hit, he's performing it everywhere. Do you get me? Then he's doing big stage show and then it goes left.
Okay.
I don't think he was used to that. I mean, I don't know, I'm speculating in it, but that's the only thing that makes me
But how did it go left though?
because it's like it's a lot to take on in such a short space of time.
No, like what did he do? Why?
he was out of sync with his song. So obviously, what the earpieces that he had, or if he didn't have, I don't know. I can't remember the show, but it wasn't in sync. So he was out of tune on his tune. So everyone was dissing him. Like,
Yeah,
oh, you can't
he got
perform this and that. And which is like raw. Like that could be a lot of pressure at a big stage. And when it's a big stage, social media might blow up on a different thing, and you're probably just seeing comments like raw. Like, and then that might down on how you want to perform, and you might not even want to perform again.
Yeah.
Because I like, even like, I'm not saying all the performance that man's done ain't in front of big crowds, but when the comments start coming in and you feel the love, you still feel it. You get me? And it's like, but if you're getting this, I might not. I don't know if I could go back in front of people, but I could. I don't really care about dissing, but I probably know how it could feel. Like you think, oh, I want to get this one right this time. I don't want no one to diss me this time. Do you get what I'm saying? Them things would be going through your head.
Yeah, it could be a thing where he's so conscious of what people are thinking of him, so he's reading into like comments and stuff like that potentially. I don't know. Again, I'm speculating in it, but he might have read into that after the mishap that happened to him at the stage show that went wrong. Yeah. And then it probably just threw him left. And then since then, he may have just been up and down with it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I'd like to think that he's obviously got a good support system around him, like his family and that now, to be helping him get through his situation now, innit? So, yeah, I wish him all the best still.
Yeah, definitely. Go on, no, I won't say that.
I was going to say, innit, sometimes in our community, we're a little bit too self-aware, innit? Like, we care too much about what other people think.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And it drives what we wear, what we drive, how we talk, who we talk to,
how we want to carry ourselves, how much we want to open up.
But
to be fair, we could have a long ass discussion about that. You know, I would like to one day because mental health is something that's close to me still. So I could go on for ages.
Yeah, if there's anyone that we can sit down and talk to that is an expert in that, then we can have that conversation. You get me? We'll do an episode on mental health on a proper thing, which would be cold. But yeah, what we say? We're wrapping this one up this week. Wrap this one up. You get me? We're getting the bangers of the week. You got your bangers ready though?
Come on.
I'm always
did that a week early, fam.
I know. They're all in the group early, innit? But yeah, anyway, everyone out there, shout out the YouTube lot. Shout out everyone on the digital, everyone on the podcast, obviously, who's going to do the bangers now. But yeah, hashtag DMD podcast, dmdlive.co.uk. Obviously, check out, subscribe, share, like DMD TV on the YouTube. Go and check out the last episodes and all of that. Yeah, hit us up, man. Boom. But yeah, we could wrap up the camera ones now.
No
so
socials.
Bangers now. Oh yeah, socials. But what? Oh, you want to put your socials?
All of us, innit?
Yeah. Anyway, you can follow man smokes_official.
I follow man at North London Power on the Instagram, at Big Roms1 on the Twitter.
And God bless Ike, all one word. Instagram, Twitter.
And Steven's just Steven.
Actually, mine's wrong, you know. I think mine's
that's an L.
Mine's underscore Ike.
Big L, fam.
Underscore Ike on the gram. Yeah.
You don't know, I got too many
God bless
different...
underscore Ike. Yeah. It's one or the other. I can't remember. But yeah,
this is
know
why
what
you gotta
I
have
mean.
one.
Search it and you'll find
name.
it. I tried to. It was taken. It was taken on one of them minutes. So the other one, I just put the underscore after before the Ike in it. So
Jeez, just sending people the wrong place.
listen, just type it in. Put hashtag DMD podcast. You'll find
That's
me.
real fraud, baby.
This is why I don't ever give out my socials. I just give out the podcast socials. Man.
I don't watch that, man.
No one can't get confused on mine. Mine's one across all platforms.
Which is smart.
Come on.
Yeah, but mine was taken, innit? I gotta keep checking to see if that account ever gets deleted or something, and I could just swipe it.
And like Liam Neeson, you know, letting that get taken.
This guy.
Oh my days.
Mad.